So I'm a blues guitar player. How did I end up on the street? It happened kind of like this. I kept a really bad habit. That bad habit was called heroin. And I didn't really have enough time to prepare myself to get a job. I did actually have enough time, but what happens is I had a reinfection. Things just didn't work out the way I planned. I ended up on the street. I had my car. I thought, no, I'm going to survive. Things will be fine. And eventually, my car got stolen. All my stuff in that. How did that happen? It was a hard story. I took it to the police, but they weren't buying it. And no one actually was interested in my case. Even though the car was never sold for drugs, never gave it for drugs, I basically just lost my keys in front of the dealer's house. No one could do nothing for me. It stood there for a month. The cops wouldn't help. The crooks just had a field day. I lost everything, and that's how I ended up on the street. I had my guitar still, which I used to jam at the robots for, which people actually don't even really appreciate. That was taken too,
Was so that in the vehicle?
It was in the vehicle, but then I took it out with me, and it was taken from the cop shop, at night. Anyone comes up and down there and robs you. As a homeless person on the street, you do not have rights. You must not deceive yourself and think you have rights. You have no rights. You will see SAPs or any security company driving right past a homeless couple, a bunch of homeless people stabbing each other, fighting. They won't stop. SAPs can be with them. They will not stop. I was stabbed. I reported it straight to Guardia. You know what they did? They turned right and they said goodbye. That's the rights we got. So people wonder why we as homeless people are antagonistic. And also, one never thinks of this. If I'm the dumb idiot who's standing at a robot for 6 hours a day, how can I possibly be robbing your house at night? How can I do that? I can't. I'm the idiot who actually stands there because he doesn't know what else to do with himself. I've messed 2 job opportunities up already. One, I did a week's worth of work for a great guy, but because we're 2 hotheads, we smacked like this and it didn't work out. And that was just so disappointing. It tore me apart. He was going to teach me everything about welding. It tore me to pieces. But at the end of the day, he's just like me, What would happen, the way you shoot your mouth off if I had my 45? I just thought, yeah, we set each other off, But at the end of the day, you got scared of me, and that's what happened. People got scared of me, and the staff loved me. I really felt gutted. Staff were rooting for me. They were feeding me during the day. These guys wanted me there. I wanted to learn. But the boss was so freaking scared of me because I raised my voice once or twice. Let go.
What work did you do there?
Well, it was training, apprenticeship welding, but they do all kinds of welding and brushing. So they're doing steel welding, they are doing brass welding, they are doing normal welding,
yes,
and brushing techniques and everything, making fancy stuff. I'm so disappointed that I didn't hit it well. One of the only problems is it's also, people think, it's great money. $350 a day is not great money. They don't realize the South African economy is not what it used to be. Back in PE, I ask a messer, what do you earn? $750 a day. I come here, $350 a day. Cape Town, get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself. You're stingy. That's what I got to say to Cape Town. Well, I got paid better in PE. Easy to earn $6,000 a month here. No, I earned $6,000 a month in PE. In PE, I went from earning $6,000 a month to at some months 160,000 because I did a government contract and I turned it over twice. I was doing substations and they were very happy. I ran a successful company. I built up a beautiful house that I paid cash. At the end of my divorce, I gave it all away to my wife and she knocked me over. That's what happened to me. I don't know, the black sheep in the family, sometimes the sheep around him make him black. And that's what people don't realize. Is it all my fault? Listen, I'm ready to take responsibility for who I am. I want to. I just don't want people telling me how to live. That's why I can't gel with mess. Because I respond to aggression in a certain way. I tell you, I'll put you on your head. That's what I do.
Are you short-tempered?
I don't have a problem with short temper. I just nick people up. No one makes cut with me. And eventually they better respect me. You don't even go there. Not you as a man, not you as a woman. I'm nicer to ladies. But that's just because I'm me, Am I short-tempered? No. I'm off the charts. And that's why I can't get a job. Off the charts. I was expelled from Gene. I was expelled from Fairmont High School. My principal, I met him at the Rod and Reel once. I was doing well. I introduced myself, shook his hand. You know what? He looks like I'm going to hit him. I thought, what a dwanky. He kicked me out of Fairmont because he couldn't handle me. Because I told him he should smoke weed and freaking stress less. That's what I told him. I got expelled for a bad attitude. I couldn't study when I was a kid. I could not study. My grades, 30 to 40%, because my family life was fucking crazy. It was hell. All because of my mom. It was just a difficult family to live in. But
What was the circumstances with your mom?
oh, she was difficult, man. She had massive trauma from her own family. Her brother had raped her when she was 3 years old. That all got thrown onto me. I'm also his profile. I'm 6 foot. He's, So we just stuck this the whole time. My father, he's a mellow man. He's German, like a Swiss dude. Doesn't get involved. He just tells me, Peter, you're like your mother. I can't handle that, of course. There was so much anger in high school. I mean, I didn't know what to do with myself. I could make male teachers run out of the classroom, but I didn't know how to control my own emotions.
You think it was a cycle of trauma that just continued?
I never realized what I was so
Emotional
angry
lack
about
of some sort.
was the fact that my father never came to my rugby games. He could watch the Springboks. He could do anything. My dad was a workaholic. He was a good man. My mom was dominant and Yamaka. It's not her fault. I love her to bits. She's in an old age home. I put her there with her 300,000 rand, took my bit, and tried to live a better life. That was hell for me to go through. I had a codependent relationship with my mother that's skrik for Nick. She was basically my drug supplier. It was hard to do that. But once I'd done that, and I got myself clean into Tsikama, I hit Cape Town with a vengeance. I was never going to go back. Doesn't matter. I mean, a year later, I use too much speed. I smoke far too much weed. But what can I do? Am I a junkie? No, but I'm fast heading that way. There's fuck what else to live for on the street. You might as well just do your thing. You don't get to think of if, what's, and mays. You just freaking sort yourself for caffeine, a bit of sugar, a bit of something for your stomach, and something to smoke. That's what you do on the street.
Literally day to day.
Day-to-day survival mode. People don't understand. A Toyota with 4 Dutchmen pulls up to me. They're looking at me scared. I walk up to that window and I hit it. And I tell them, what the fuck are you staring at? Come outside here. Your fucking ass, all of you. All of these guys are like this. I've done this how many times in this town? No one's ever stopped me from begging. They don't know what to do with me. Because Durbanville know me. Yes, is what Durbanville knows me, and Durbanville is scared of me, and I'm scared of Durbanville because Durbanville is so verkramp. It made me this way. It made me
I've
beneath.
heard that Durbanville is way worse than what people think on the surface level.
In PE, people are mellow, and they've got time for you. Here, we are snobs. I never knew it until I got to PE. Because in PE, you soon check, yes, you better check your step here, but you know what else? Oh, some of these people are like weird. Interbred. Let me tell you, they're a lot tougher than us. I met some of the best people I know in PE, and some of the weirdest too. The Soties don't even speak Afrikaans. They don't know what Afrikaans is. Me, I'm beneath by Afrikaans people. I know everything about them, but they know fuck all. Like, I'll be ripping them off. Hoe the fuck kan jy nie Afrikaans praat nie? Onder wat se rots het jy groot geword? Nee, fuck, ek kan dit nie verstaan. I can't understand it. But you know what? It's actually a privilege to grow up in Durbanville, and I actually love the fact that I love this town. I just wish the churches would listen to me, because this is a thing that freaks me out beyond compare. The churches teach such cuck about God's word. They misinterpret it to the people. The basic gospel. Do you know what it boils down to? It boils down to everything is permissible. The question, is it beneficial? That lines up with that bullshit satanic proverb, do what thou wilt. That's a bullshit story. The church created that. They create all the lies. So yeah, I suckle with churches. Don't ask me to go to your church. I'll tell your pastor he's full of the 7 sons of Sceva, and I'll freaking clap him for it too. That's my story. I know too much. But now it doesn't mean diddly squat what I know, because I'm just a street idiot, junkie, who's violent. I don't know what else to do, but I hope you check out my YouTube channel and talk to me about the church. What new kind of church we need. We need a new church that actually does something for the poor. Because these people are conning you. Why the hell you give your 10% to them? You stupid. I love you guys.